Alright, what's up boys? So today we are going to make a video on how to count cycle. Oh my gosh, let me turn down my volume so you guys can actually hear. It's going to be a pretty difficult to do it like live, but you know, we're just going to do it. And yeah, it's probably going to go pretty easily. I don't know if I'm going to make the video today or tomorrow, but the next one will be how to count elixir, because I was like thinking about it and I want to make that video right, and I want to make it a really good video. So our opponent right here is going to drop his card the same, so me and him are at the exact same elixir right now. So let's see what he wants to do. I'm not going to drop anything yet because I want to see what he does. And okay, so he's just going to let that connect, so we're going to drop our bowler. And then he's going to go for an Electro Spirit, and so, okay, really bad mini P.E.K.K.A, so we can just go in for a Graveyard because, yep, look at what just happened with that mini P.E.K.K.A. Yep, and our bowler is tanking, and there's a couple of skeletons on his tower, so, yeah, basically, that's going to be GG's already, and I'm up by 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're up by 3 elixir, and his next card in hand is going to be his Electro Spirit. He has Electro Spirit and Mini P.E.K.K.A for his next cards, and then he has a couple of cards that he hasn't showed us yet. So there's his Mini P.E.K.K.A, and now I'm going to show you guys how I kind of count this like in my head. So okay, so he's going to go Balloon. Okay, he got pretty lucky with that that Balloon play. So we can just go Tornado and Freeze, and that's going to completely defend it. Yeah, he got really lucky with that little lucky Balloon play. I don't know why he would do that. So now that we know his cycle, I can tell you guys exactly what he's about to play. So now that he has Furnace up, we've already been tracking his cycle. So he had his next card is Electro Spirit, right? And then after his okay, well, he hasn't played all his cards. So to track cycle, you have to know every card that they've played, but he hasn't played every card in cycle yet. So he actually also hadn't played his Fireball yet. So now that he just played all of that, now he has a couple of different choices right now. He could play his Electro Wizard, he could play his Balloon, and he could play his Electro Spirit right now. Either way, it's like that's not going to go anywhere, and we can go in because we kind of like hard counter him. Yeah, okay, so we definitely hard counter him. He's gonna have to play his Electro Wizard on top of that if he wants to save all the health. We can just go for a Valkyrie. Yeah, this is such an easy matchup, oh my gosh. We can just go for an Inferno High so he can't Fireball everything. There's nothing that he can do. We can just go for a bowler like this because I had a feeling that he would mini P.E.K.K.A in front of that. And so, okay, so he just used Fireball. He just used a bunch of cards right there, right? So we know for a fact that he has his Mega Knight in cycle, and he's probably going to Mega Knight right now to try and block the bridge, which, yep, we could easily predict that. And we can just freeze. I mean, there's nothing we could really do. This guy wasn't the best player. I can just say that. Probably, if I had to guess, 5,400 trophies. The next Graveyard deck, we're going to use Graveyard Tombstone. And yeah, so hopefully we can face like a hard counter. That's what I'm really trying to face, is like something where we really need to keep track of their cycle, because you don't really need to keep too much track of somebody's cycle unless they have a good counter. So like right now, we're going to need to keep track of his cycle because Ram Rider is pretty hard to stop if you're using Graveyard. So okay, so he just used Ram Rider and he used Mirror. So Ram Rider, Mirror, Valkyrie, and we can actually let that Valkyrie go because it's going to split up his damage, and we'll see what he wants to do on the right side because I don't think he has any elixir. Okay, so he's going to zap at 0. So right now we're up quite a few elixir too. So now that he just went zap, he has to play one more card, and then he's back to his Ram Rider, so we can just go for an Ice Wizard, and he's probably gonna Fireball or use whatever spell he has on it. Looks like a bait. So, because he doesn't, we can just go in for the Tombstone. And so right now in his hand he has Mirror. Well, okay, he has Ram Rider and Mirror for sure in his hand, and yep, a couple of cards that he hasn't showed us because not everyone's gonna show their card like immediately. Yep, so we're gonna protect our Tombstone because we don't want him to be able to get that Ram Rider off. Our Ice was gonna get a couple hits, so he's back to his Valkyrie now. So we can just go high Baby Dragon. Pretty easy right there. And we can actually go in for a Graveyard because if he's gonna play super passive like that, then yeah, and he just used his Valkyrie, which is a pretty good counter. I already know that we're for a fact up Elixir, so there's no way that he can really punish us. And we can just Barb Barrel, and all of that's gonna be dead. Valkyrie's gonna stay in the poison for a couple more seconds. This mini P.E.K.K.A will be able to get easily tornadoed, and we can go for a high Tombstone with a Valkyrie. Okay, that was actually a mistake. I'm not sure how the Valkyrie wasn't hitting that. That was interesting. Just interesting to say the least. So he's probably gonna Mega Knight on top of that. So we're not gonna play anything else. And we can just go in for a Barb Barrel. Going for a Valkyrie. Going for a Poison. And we're just getting as much value as we possibly can. We can go for a Tornado on his mini P.E.K.K.A. And he's going to go for a Ram Rider right now, but that's fine because we can just go in for a Tombstone. That's going to completely deny all hits because we also spent a Barb Barrel. And so now he just uses Mirror. So we're going to start tracking his cycle again. Okay, so we're going to take that extra hit because he's going to have to do something other than Mega Knight, and now he's going to have to spend, if he spends Mega Knight at the bridge, he's going to lose the game. Straight up, there's just no way he's going to be able to defend the graveyard if he goes Mega Knight at the bridge. And there you have it. I was never freaking out because I knew that his only real counter to stop our big push like that would be through Mega Knight. Ram Rider, because we know that if he plays Ram Rider that he's gonna try and play it again, or he's gonna have to play another card. Mirror decks are kind of weird, so we can just go for a Tombstone here. I completely forgot to switch decks, so that's kind of my fault, but just bear with me. So we're gonna go Ice Wiz down low. Okay, it's kind of unfortunate that we don't have our Poison in the cycle, but this is a good matchup for us. Yeah, definitely unfortunate that we don't have Poison in the cycle. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go Poison, and then Tornado back, and that Baby Dragon is going to die, and our Baby Dragon is gonna stay alive. And normally, if our Baby Dragon had more health, we would have to be using our graveyard here, but because our Baby Dragon doesn't have much health, we don't have to. And the only reason why we would have to is because he would Tornado it to his King Tower and activate King Tower. So now that he has nothing good in cycle, all he has is Skeleton Army actually, because this is Golem Clone. This is a really great matchup. I didn't know he had Golem Clone because some people have the mini P.E.K.K.A version, so we can just Barb Barrel. He's gonna do the exact same thing, and we can just go Tombstone in the same lane once again. And there's really not much he's gonna be able to do in this matchup, honestly, because even if he arrows my Tombstone is just not gonna be enough. So we know that he has Baby Dragon as the next card, so we're gonna try and protect my Tombstone. And okay, so as soon as he did that, we're gonna Poison now, and that's gonna kill the Baby Dragon. We can't really spend our we can't spend a graveyard because now that I know that he can just defend with Skeleton Army. We can, we need to protect our Tombstone though because we don't want him to outcycle us. And so, once again, he has Baby Dragon as his next card because he's been playing it the exact same way. He's been playing a very, very predictable game right now. So we can just go for a Barb Barrel, and his push is basically dead. We can just go for another low Ice Wizard. We can go for a high Valkyrie, and now we can go in for a Graveyard because we have such a big counter push. And if he wants to go for like a Skeleton Army, then we can just poison all of this and get the Night Witch in there. Our Valkyrie should be tanking any second. Kind of unfortunate it wasn't. Yeah, definitely unfortunate that it wasn't, so I think we need a Barb Barrel right now. Just to take it down. And then we can get Ice Witch up like this. That's going to take care of everything. Ooh, this is such an easy matchup. Yeah, so we can just go in for a Valkyrie to tank for our Ice Wizard. He's going to be forced to arrows it. We can just tornado everything back. Get a Tombstone down. This push won't go anywhere. Yeah, so this push is not going to go anywhere. We're going to protect our like skeletons and try and take care of this. Yep, kind of predicted that he was going to go in for a clone, trying to get that golem to the tower. And in Triple Elixir, this is actually going to be a better matchup for us. So we'll just get another Tombstone up. We can't go offensive until we have our own Tombstone up. And now that he just went Night Witch in the back, in Triple Elixir, we can actually just poison it. We don't need to worry about using our poison on defense anymore. We can get another Tombstone up now. We can get a Baby Dragon, another one. And yeah, just like that, guys, in Triple Elixir, if they don't already win, then it basically means that you're going to win. We hard counter him pretty hard, so unfortunate for him, I guess. But good for us. We can just go for a high Baby Dragon. We can just go for a Tornado. There's just nothing you can do. And that's going to be GG's for sure. A heavier deck too, because he didn't really have anything that would have hard countered us. So you only need to really track cycle too much and think about their cycle when they have like a card like Mother Witch. That's when you need to be counting cards. And that's what it's about, is like really just counting cards. So there's like certain times where you should be counting cards, and then there's certain times where you don't need to. Like right now, we should probably be counting cards, and the reason being is that he has a really fast cycle drill deck, and especially if he has the bandit version. See if I can get this fireball. Hopefully that kills it. Okay. Bomber gets a shot. Pretty good. So, okay. Pretty interesting Mega Knight. He could have went drill, and I would have had to cycle 2 cards to get to. He has drill in hand before he cycled the Mega Knight, so doesn't make too much sense. We're just gonna tornado it in, and we're gonna go in for a Barb Barrel. We're going for a bomber as well, and that's gonna completely defend it. And knowing that he just did that, we can actually go in for a graveyard because he has no bats in cycle. And we can just go for a Dark Prince on defense. And look at the bomber on his side of the map, just going ham. Our Dark Prince is going to charge on his Dark Prince. And just like that, he's going to have to spend more than bats, I think. Otherwise, he's going to get a shot. Yep. And so his next card, he has in hand right now, he has Inferno Dragon, Mega Knight, Bandit, and I think Zap. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Zap, because he didn't spend his Zap on defense. So we can just set up a baby dragon down low. We already know he's going to Inferno Dragon high, so it doesn't really matter to me. And so we can just get a Barbell down, get a Dark Prince for that. Okay, I was waiting for the Bandit to Tornado because I knew that he would play it, and so I didn't want it to get a dash. Dark Prince is going to get a nice charge. We can cycle a Barb Barrel. And we can basically just go in for a Graveyard, and he's donezo. We can just Fireball this. And Baby Dragon's going to get a shot. That's going to be Tower down. We can go in for a Bomber down low. We can predict that he's going to go in the front with his cage. And then we can just Barb Barrel last second, and basically that's going to be GG's. Not much he could do. I don't really blame him. We're going to switch to Graveyard, Freeze / Fireball. This is a really good deck. We definitely will need to keep track of cycle. Certain decks you need to keep track of cycle more than others. Okay, so he's gonna go Lava Hound first play. This actually isn't that bad of a situation because he can't really do much other than go maybe Inferno. And if he does, okay, if he does, I was gonna say if he does anything, we're really just gonna Inferno Dragon. And so now he's gonna have to deal with that Dark Prince. Okay, and so now that we know he has Cage, we are gonna keep that in mind. So we can actually go for a Giant, and he probably has Inferno Dragon, so we're gonna go immediately with a Graveyard, so that it at least tanks for a couple of seconds maybe. And even if it doesn't matter too much because we kind of needed to cycle, so we can get a Witch down, and she's gonna spawn skeletons before that Inferno gets to her. Super bad flying machine by him. I'm not too sure why he would do that. We can just go Skeleton Army to tank, and even if he arrows one side, the other side will still tank. So because he doesn't have, the only thing he has in hand right now is Miner, so he has some Miner on defense. Oh, I guess he has Cage. Yeah. Okay, my fault. So that's fine with me because I can just Inferno Dragon on top of his Goblin Brawler. It's gonna die pretty fast, and we can now just wait for a juicy little freeze here because he's probably gonna zap. And just like that, we've got him pretty much in the bag. He doesn't have his Inferno Dragon in cycle, so he's gonna have to do something drop barbs on top of my my Giant. He has to pick and choose which side he wants the barbs, and so because we knew that, we Fireball his barbs, and the Witch is just taking care of his counter push. We can start a Dark Prince charge, and we can actually get Inferno Dragon directly on top of his, and we can predict that he's going to go in for an Inferno Dragon at the bridge with a Skeleton Army, so super good by us. And then we can get a Witch down. He just completely ignored the Dark Prince that was charging, and just like that, guys, that's super easy dub. You have Inferno Dragon, you have Fireball, you have all kinds of different ways to deal with his push. So easy 7th win. We will jump into the next one, and we're going to use Mega Knight Graveyard this time.